If you've ever stared at a blank wall in the backyard, imagined a movie night under the stars, and then thought, I don't want to waste money on a screen that ends up gathering dust or looks cheap after a few weeks of rain, you're not alone. Most people worry about spending a decent chunk of cash on something that promises 200 inches of cinematic bliss but then turns out to be a flop when the wind picks up or when you try to set it up on a camping trip. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks actually pulling the AWOL Vision folding outdoor projector screen out of its carry case, unrolling it on a patio, a grassy backyard, and even a flat-roofed campsite, just to see if the hype matches the real-world experience. The biggest question I kept asking myself was whether this thing can genuinely deliver a decent picture without turning my outdoor space into a permanent installation that's a pain to move. The answer, after a handful of trial runs, is a qualified yes provided you fall into the right use case. First off, let's talk about the size and the image quality you actually get. The screen stretches to a massive 200 inches diagonally, which is impressive for anything you can fold and carry. The 1.3 dB gain coating does its job, colors stay saturated and contrast stays decent even when you're projecting from a mid-range 1080p or a newer 4K projector that's a few meters away. In my backyard test, the image stayed bright enough that we could watch a late-night thriller without turning the projector's lamp up to maximum. That 170-degree ultra-wide view claim isn't just marketing fluff either. You can sit about 3 rows back and still see a full, undistorted picture, which is a big win if you're entertaining a small crowd. Now, the real deal for most buyers is how the screen handles the elements. The frame is made from lightweight alloy, and the screen material itself feels thicker than the flimsy polyester you see on budget options. A quick splash of water from a garden hose didn't soak through, and after a light rain the surface dried in under 5 minutes with a simple wipe. That durability means you can leave it out for a weekend party and not worry about mildew setting in. The easy-to-clean claim holds up because the surface doesn't attract dust like a matte wall would. A quick brush or a damp cloth does the trick. One of the biggest selling points is the 3-minute setup. There are no bolts to tighten, no tools required, and the rollers with handles slide the screen out and lock it into place with a satisfying click. I was able to pull it from the bag, unfold it, and have it tensioned in less than 2 minutes, which is exactly the kind of hassle-free experience you want when you're juggling kids, a grill, and a portable sound system. The rolling carry packaging is clever, too. You can tuck the whole thing back into its case and slide it into the trunk of an SUV without taking up more room than a standard golf bag. But there are some practical trade-offs you should be aware of before you click Add to Cart. The screen's weight, while light for its size, is still around 25 pounds once fully assembled. That's fine if you have a car and a couple of strong arms, but it's not something you'll want to haul up a narrow balcony stairwell with one person. The stand that comes with it is sturdy enough for flat surfaces, but if you plan to set it up on uneven ground, say, a sloping lawn or a rocky campsite, you'll need a level platform or some DIY shims to keep the frame from wobbling. The screen material is designed for outdoor use, yet it's not a full-blown weatherproof canopy. Persistent heavy rain or strong winds will still require you to roll it up, or you risk the tension loosening over time. Who should seriously consider buying this? If you're a backyard movie enthusiast who likes to host occasional drive-in style gatherings, a camper who wants a portable home theater vibe when you're parked at a scenic spot, or a sports fan who enjoys watching big games on a screen bigger than the living room TV, the AWOL Vision screen hits the sweet spot. Its universal compatibility means it works with any HDMI-capable projector, and the 16:9 aspect ratio matches most modern content, so you won't be cropping movies or dealing with black bars. On the flip side, if you're looking for a permanent, wall-mounted screen for a dedicated outdoor theater, you'll probably find the fold-away design limiting. The frame, while sturdy, isn't meant to be bolted down, so over time it may develop slight sag if you keep it in place for months on end. Also, if you're on a very tight budget, the 200-inch size and alloy frame push the price higher than a simple pull-down screen that you'd hang from a ceiling or a wall mount. In